All right, this is the third time I'm actually making this video. Same topic. I made it the first time. Then when I listened to it, I didn't feel the point came across properly. Second time I made it, I thought I nailed it. Took a break after my dinner. When I came back now, when I listened to it, I was like, no, man, not again. So this is going to be my third attempt. I hope this time it comes out properly. And the reason for this is it's a simple topic. It's not something that is going to change your life or you know change the world. But the topic for the this video is more or less like I've not finalized, but it's more or less why is it that I don't respect people by default? And I think people generally tend to see this in my WhatsApp groups. The multiple WhatsApp groups that I have. One of the key underlining rule is if you want to join my WhatsApp groups, you have to call every person sir or madam. Every person, okay? You have to give them that respect, irrespective what is your achievement. Unless, of course, you are some outlier, like maybe an incredible human being whom we cannot but respect you. And there are a couple of people like that. Like they are secretive members. They don't give out their identity. There's one guy who earns 750,000 US dollars every month. Okay. And he's in his 60s. Obviously, I can't expect him to call a 20-year-old sir. There is a guy who has done it all. He was lucky to invest in crypto when it was very cheap. He became a multimillionaire. And he was not like a one-trick pony. He invested into many investments, bought many properties, and he's handling a lot of businesses. And he's a wealth of wisdom. He's around my age. We get along very well. So obviously, I can't expect him to call, youngster, sir, madam, okay. And he doesn't talk to anyone and nobody knows who is he. There are a couple of people who are beyond the age of 60 in my groups. And by default, everyone calls that 60-year-old man and woman, whatever, they call them sir or madam. I never had to tell them. They by default said, sir, or they call him dada or madam So, why is my dog barking? I find it so bloody irritating. Okay, anyway, my dog is doing what dog has to do. Okay. So, there are people who do not call sir, madam, do not use that phrase. But the majority, yes, they call sir and madam. So, people generally ask me sometimes privately, sir, why, I'm just curious, sir, why do you insist? Okay. So, isn't it enough that we can call you by name and that is respect? Now, I want to address this topic in this video. Okay. And feel free to comment down below. Now, the people who are against my policy, they say that, Mr. Loy, I can call you sir in front of you. Behind you, I can call you, or behind your back, I can say, hey, that son of a bitch, that asshole. Of course, you can. I think it's very prevalent in society where you go to work, you call your boss, yes, sir, yes, madam. And, when they're not looking, when they're not watching, he's an asshole, yeah, he's a bastard, let him go and die. I've seen that. But remember, that speaks more about your character, that you're two-faced. Okay, you can, and then I know what people say. So what if he is not a good person? What is not a good human being? What if he is, whatever. You can put, he takes advantage of women, he cheats the company. Yeah, there are a lot of variables. But by default, I make this rule. Now, I understand why Indians find this a very bitter pill to swallow because, being under the British Raj, the whites, the Goras came there and all our Indians had to salute and yes, sir. And the British would never call an Indian sir, but an Indian would always call a British national sir. And we still see the remnants of this. If you go to a five-star hotel, you see a Sardar, big, huge, tall guy. The minute he sees a white-skinned tourist comes, yeah, yes, sir, yes, madam. But very seldom, very rarely would he do the same to an Indian, unless, of course, it was Shah Rukh Khan or Sachin Tendulkar or the minister of a state. Okay. So Indians have very bitter memories. In fact, I'll tell you this. You might feel shocked if I say this, but I was exactly like you. I myself was a rebel. I didn't like calling any person sir, madam, whether you're elder to me, whether whatever I wanted. I was like, you're a human being. You have two hands, two legs like me. Why the fuck should I should call you sir? I'm going to call you by your name. Jeff, Jeffrey, Michael. Seriously, I used to literally challenge other people and say, no, I'm not going to call you sir, madam. Openly. Uh, this was in my 20s. This was also in my 30s. Until I think I reached a point in my life where my mentors, I used to even call my mentors uh, initially, starting, like the name. But then, as they never asked me to call them sir or madam, but as I, got rid of my low self esteem, got rid of my defense mechanism, got rid of my, oh, I'm going to show them who the hell I am. And I accepted that I was a small little kid. I had a lot to learn. And these are my teachers. These are the people who love me. I automatically started calling them sir, madam, giving them their designation, colonel, or whatever. And it was a habit without being told by anybody. I inculcated in my own life. And it could be as mild as saying someone Mr. or ma'am, to calling them, like sir. Now, I'll tell you what the problem today is. Why am I bringing up this topic? Today, the problem is we have so many people on WhatsApp, Facebook groups, Messenger, even on YouTube. We have so many people from so many walks of life. Everybody has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone believes they are right and you're wrong. And we have reached a phase where today's younger generation, they don't like to call their elders with their designations or give them that respect. They say, I can call you with your name and give you respect. In fact, let me tell you why this is a problem. Have you seen American schools? They never call the teacher sir, ma'am. There's absolutely no respect. They'll call you by the name. Richard, Mark. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? Did you complete your work? No, Mark. I didn't feel like it. So they treat him like, he's just a buddy. And there's no respect. And that is why the crime rates in school, students attacking teachers, is just like a very normal thing. However, if you go to the East, Far East, like my daughter, she still joins her hands and she still salutes the teacher, the monk, her elders, and her parents, because we teach her this. And it's followed by most of the people. Even in India, I would like to assume that majority of the young men and women call their teachers sir and madam. Unfortunately, it seems that it's a two-faced approach. They call them just to kind of give service, lip service, but behind, अरे वो number one का, चूते है, वो ये है, वो है, okay, which is very sad because you're developing a character where you're two-faced. You cannot be trusted. So, in the West, there's no such concept, you might say. But here is where I disagree. And I'll prove it to you that there is a concept, but people choose not to follow. I've seen videos where someone talking to Elon Musk, hey, Elon, what do you think? Hey, Jeff Bezos, billionaires, they'll call him, hey, Satoshi, just with the first name. But have you noticed in the army, in the military, in the navy, in the special force, in government agencies, when meeting high-level delegations, with a king monarch. Even in Wimbledon, when they play tennis, why do they bow? Why do they kneel? I used to tell myself, if ever I become a tennis player, I see the queen, I'm not going to kneel. I'll stand and look face to face. No, but there's a protocol. You can Google search protocol how to greet the queen, even shake hands. They actually instruct you how to shake hand, whether you should extend your hand, how to walk. Are you aware of this? Like if Prince Charles is there, you cannot just walk up to him. Okay, he has to be ready for you, and he gives the signal, and then you walk with your head down. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and you'll speak only when spoken to. And after you finish, you don't turn your back to the monarch. You, while facing, you look down and slowly walk back. I know some of you will be like, ha ha ha, this is so shit, man. Yeah. Trust me, where world class manners, behavior, protocol is concerned, it's not funny. The problem is you are born on the roadside. You think like the roadside and you think that is life. The creme de la creme, the people of the high society, the people who are taught even how to eat fork with a fork and knife, to dress up properly. I know you'll say, hey, look who's talking, look at this ugly face. Agreed. I never was born and raised in that culture, but I've had the honor of looking at others who were there. And some of them, fortunately, have been my clients. And today you can see on YouTube and all how to dress. Like, I came from a era where there was no internet, no Google. I didn't know how to put the handkerchief here. I didn't know how to hold a fork and knife. Today, all this is available. So, like I was saying, in the West, they still follow protocol. They still follow like Army, Air Force, Navy, members of Parliament, Congress. Why? Because that brings about obedience, that brings about order, that brings about legitimacy to the system. Just imagine if you're in an army and you don't respect anyone. Even in the Indian army, there is maybe a major. He's half the age of the guy below him. He will still call him sir. Okay, now, I'm not trying to convince you, which I'm not. Call people sir and madam. That is up to you. I'll tell you about me. My students, my clients, not the multimillionaires, billionaires, or people who have been born and raised in the West. Let's say I have this client who earns like 11,000 US dollars a day. I can't tell him, hey, call me sir. So you have to use common sense where required. I have had members of the ruling family, not directly. I can't tell him, listen, you shake, call me sir. So you have to use common sense where necessary. Okay. But majority of my students and clients, they tend to call sir and madam, and not just for me, to the elders, to others. And brings about obedience, it brings about order, brings about protocol. Because just imagine, if someone takes you as a mentor and he's in his 20s and he talks to you like a buddy, it'll never work. You can never be friends with your coach. You can never be buddy with someone who you look up to. You always have to have that gap. For my uncles, aunts, for my teachers, for my coach, mentors, and I really do not call them by the name. No way. I give them the respect. And it's not just people think, oh, if I have money, is going to kiss my ass. No, fuck you. That's what I'll tell you. My teachers who taught me in my kindergarten hall, I mean, they earn what I earn in 1 hour or 1 hour and a half is what they earn per month. If it was money, I shouldn't be respecting them. I respect them. And you can earn respect with your achievements, your credentials, your experience, your sacrifice, your contribution. Like if I know there is a person who, uh, gave children, he looked after orphans, he saved 100 girls from being sent into sex trade. I will respect that man. Oh, goodness, I will respect him more than. I've had doctors who work 20 hours a day. 20 hours a day. No profit, no big income, just service to mankind. Oh, I respect them. Do you know this? That I was blasting one guy in one of my groups, and later on I found out he is an army man. You would not believe I personally sent him a message. I apologize. I said, "Sir, forgive me." He was as old as me, okay. And later on, he told me that he lost one of his, because I'm chatting with them. I don't know. He lost one of his limbs in the war, and oh, I was like, "Sir, forgive me." He's not richer than me. He's not more accomplished than I am, but he has contributed something. So I called him sir, and I still keep in touch with him. When I meet parents who have given an arm and a leg and who live in abject poverty, but they made sure they give their children the best in the world, I respect them. My wife, her mother and father are farmers, rice farmers. Her relatives are, most of them are poor. They live in huts. I bow my head and I give them the respect, even though I don't have to. Why do I do that? My problem is today's generation is self-entitled. Oh, you have to respect me. You have to respect my views. You just need to see Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles. You see some of their debates. Utter rubbish. There's college kids with a nose ring and uh, purple this, that hair, and they'll talk total crap, and they don't respect anybody. They just think no end of themselves. And even though some of them don't have an education, expertise, no contribution to society. I have a couple of members in my WhatsApp group who seriously lecture everyone on life, on career, branding, money, success, business. And when you ask them, tell me, I want to know how old are you? Here's the funny things, which I've told you in other videos. They are younger than you. Some of them earn per month what you earn in 1 hour. Some of them are college students. Some stay in their mother, father's basement. Some don't even have money to buy a phone. They're using their friend's phone. They don't have any achievement. Some of them don't even have a job. How can I respect you, boss? I'm not saying as a human being, treat you like a human being normal. Yeah. But I'm not going to put you on my head and talk to you like an equal. No, it doesn't work out that way. You cannot be treated equal. Now you'll say, Loy, what rubbish? Yeah. Okay. Let me give you real facts. In your office, just imagine all the senior managers, board of directors sitting there. You bring your sorry ass and you think you're going to talk to them like an equal? They'll ask you, excuse me, who are you? And they'll tell you, out, out. You're like a bloody clerk, man. You can't afford even the tire of the vehicle that they have. Let's say, for example, you see a group of people, sophisticated, rich, a business network. You're not with a job. You don't have any experience. You're young. You think anyone will take you seriously there? Whether business or, group of strangers who are standing there with their scotch. Normal guys. You come there, they'll be like, sorry, who are you? Let's say you go to a 5-star restaurant. You don't even have the money to pay the bill, let alone buy a starter. You think the restaurant, even the waiter is going to look at you and be like, yes, sir, can I help you? You have to earn your respect, right? Then family members. You think your mother, father hold you on high, this thing, and look at you like this? Your mother, father, hey, shut your mouth and go and work, man. That's how your relatives treat you. I told you about Army, Air Force, Navy. What if you met a president? What if you met a government official who can literally decide your fate, your future? College principal. What if you met a sports celebrity, a star, a CEO, rags to riches, someone that you look up to? You will respect them. But you need to earn their respect, right? See, even if I don't have a client, even if I don't have a customer, even those who are watching, even if they don't agree with my opinions, why do they respect me? 8,500 videos, 20 minutes each to 1 hour. I'm constantly giving them some opinion, some research, like some video like this. Yeah, YouTube pays me here and there peanuts. But I'm not doing it for that. That is not my drive. My drive is to genuinely give you value. Even my WhatsApp groups that I have, why do I have them? I really want someone to get value. I really want someone's life to change. But you follow my rules and then stay in my group. If you're, oh, I can't call you sir, I can't call you madam, I am superior, then go fuck yourself. And last and not the least, I'll address this question because some of you, what if a guy is born and raised in the West? What if he's a Gora? Oh, how will he call you sir, madam? Well, guess what? When they meet the king of a country, when they meet the president, you think when they meet the president of the, hey, Donald, how are you doing, man? Donald, hey, Trump. No, they have to call Mr. President. They follow protocol. Why? You know, you can give all these bullshit excuses and say that, no, they don't give respect. No, it's mandatory. You can't give. You know, old school, no? Still follows. Now, I'll just conclude by telling you this. There are a lot of people who take advantage, undue advantage of their position, of their power, be it a religious person who does evil things, be it a rich man who exploits the poor, be it a, let's say, female who is rich but she has sugar daddies or she does porn. There are exceptions to the rules, like my parents, elder than me. Yeah, gave me food and all that, but abused me, very badly abused me, to the point where maybe I should have been dead from a young age. There are exceptions to the rule. I would just ask you to use your common sense and know where respect has to be given, where it should not be given. And if, for example, you comment below and say, Loy, I don't think you deserve an iota of respect, absolutely right. You don't have to respect me. You don't have to call me sir, madam. I don't know you, you don't know me. But for those whom I offer value, and for those who see value, that small little tiny group who are my paid customers, they'll give me respect and I give them the respect. I'm not here to ask the whole world to respect me. It is impossible. Whether it's Sadhguru, whether it's a president of a country, whether it's a man who has dedicated life to charity, he'll only have a small group. So for me, small group, I have my wife, I have my kid, I have my small circle. That's enough. Rest, whatever comes is bonus. Anyway, finally, the third video. I hope this came out well. If you agree, feel free, comment down below. If you disagree, feel free, comment down below. Whatever you feel, I'm not going to disagree. You should know what is best for your life. But I can just end by telling you this. I've never met a single individual in my life who, giving respect to others, genuinely has failed. By giving respect from the heart, genuine respect, he or she has proved to be likable, and that has saved them and helped them reach a higher goal. That's more like the science of influence. Anyway, good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below. Remember, this is my third time. So maybe because 3 times I made this video, maybe that would give you a little bit of respect. That would make you respect me a little bit. Whatever. Give and take respect, guys. But remember, most important, earn it. Love to know what you think. This is me signing off. Ciao.